Okay, grade 9, listen, here we go. Nice and quiet. Okay, so at 1A, we had to took out, did we mark it already?
Yes, ma'am.
Number
2 and 3, ma'am.
2, did we do 2 already?
No, we need to mark.
Okay, right, so number 2, 7x squared y to the power 3 minus 14xy squared. Kazi, come on. So, the highest common factor will be 7xy squared. So we will have xy minus 2. Thank you. Then at B, remember, there could be more than one factor, but we always choose the highest one. So 6p squared would be my highest common factor. So you should have 3p minus 7. Any questions there? Okay. Then at C, I took out a common factor of 7a. Must I switch it off? And then inside your bracket, because we had 3 terms, inside your bracket you will also have 3 terms. No. I know yesterday I explained it a bit slower and longer. So, but because you guys have done that already, just tell me when I've got to explain a certain one. Yeah. Yes?
Right here, what I want to ask is, I already know science, but if you find in the test, just for me, like write it the times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could. Okay, so any questions at C? Okay, then at D, if we look at the numbers 4, 8, and 12, I can take out the highest common factor there would be 4. Then x to the power 3, x to the power of 2, and x. Now the highest one that I can take out of each one of them would be x. Why could I not say x squared? Because over here, I only have x. How can you take x squared if I only have x, nay? Right, so we only take x. So inside your bracket, you should have x squared minus 2x plus 3. Can I skip? Okay. Right, then 3a. This was a bit, just skip B. Remember the blue one you guys did not do, so don't even look at that. You just skip it, okay? At 3a, you will see that the a minus 2, those two brackets are exactly the same for each term. So I take out a minus 2b as a common factor. Raphael, what is that? Is that your phone? So put it away or you give it to me. So a minus 2b is what I take out as a common factor. Then we start a new bracket to show what would be left. Now in term 1, if I took out that bracket, what would be left? Only the 2x. In term 2, if I took out the bracket, what would be left? Minus y. Do you guys understand that? Okay, then B, we're not looking at. You guys weren't supposed to do that. I want to quickly speak about C. Now, how many terms do we have here? 2. Okay, but what is actually written here in front of this first bracket? 1. Do you guys agree? Okay, so you will see that the bracket of a minus 3 is the same for both terms. So I take that out as a common factor. Now, in the first term, if I take the bracket out, what would be left? 1. In the second term, if I take out that bracket, what would be left? Plus b. Okay. Ek het alweer vergeet van jou wat weg is die volgende een. Gaan jy maar ek het vergeet van jou wat weg is met die volgende. Nee, sy wil met my gepraat het. So wat ek gaan doen is, jy moet maar die video kyk, want ek wil gou daai klaar verduidelik. Right, so any questions at C? Please make sure if you don't have 1 plus b. Kazi? If you don't have 1 plus b, if you just have, let's say, b, remember, that would be wrong in the test. You have to have exactly what's written on the board now. Yes. Okay, I'm going to write it here on the side because for some other reason I can't undo anymore. Okay, so this is what we had. Then we said Do you understand why I take the bracket as my common factor? Okay, so then yesterday we said let's put each one of those terms over my common factor. Now, so then, okay, we show common factor, start a new bracket. What would be left at term 1? I'm going to cancel those out, so can you see only 1 is left? Now, okay, at term 2, these cancel out, so do you see plus b is left? Does it now make sense? Okay. The rest of you too? Okay. Now, I just want to quickly say that the test next week, okay, you are only going to write up until the next exercise, okay, that you're going to get for today. So this weekend, you can already start studying, okay? Right. Don't wait until next week because the time is too little. It's 3 chapters, people. Right. Send the test on the group.
Ain't you gonna send the old test?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that I'll do. Yeah. Ek wou nou net sê. Okay. Right. Now, have a look at D. X minus y squared minus x minus y. So you'll see in my first step, I wrote it out. Because that's a square, I wrote out the bracket twice. No. Okay, so I'm going to do it here so I can show you guys again. Minus 1, x minus 1. That's my first term. Minus 1, x minus 1. Okay, so we decide that... Kom vinnig meneer en sit. Jy het al klaar baie gemis. We decided that x minus 1 will be the common factor. So we start a new bracket to show what's left after we take out that common factor. So let's go see if I put all of them over my common factor. Okay, what's going to happen here is that one will cancel out with this one. So what's left? So x minus 1. Okay, in the second term, if I cancel out these two, what's left? Minus 1. No. So do you now see how I got to this last step here? Okay, and then that minus 1 will just become minus 2. All right. Okay, now you guys must ask. Are you sure? Which one? This one? That. Okay. There was nothing written here, but actually that's minus, over here I wrote it, minus 1. If there's nothing in front of a bracket, we can assume it's a 1. Okay. Any other questions here? Okay, good. Okay, now I quickly want to run through we'll do the slideshow just now. I just want to explain over here. So the next method of factorizing. Remember, right in the beginning, I made you write down 3 methods, right? So the first method was common factor. That's what we have been doing so far. The second method is difference into squares. Now that's what that page that I handed out now is about, so that you can paste in your book. So I'm first going to explain it in a nutshell. I just don't want to I want to make sure we finish everything in time. So there's 3 requirements when we do difference into squares. Number 1, we must have 2 terms. So meaning if you have 3 terms, then we can't use this method. No. Right. The second thing is that there must be a minus between those 2 terms. Okay. Here you can see I've got 2 terms and there's a minus in between. Now, the third requirement is that I must be able to get square root of each term. So then your answer will always look like this. You're going to have two brackets. The first bracket will have a plus, and the second bracket will have a minus. Okay, that's always going to be what it's going to look like. Right, now let's do one example together, and then I'm going to make you guys try on your own one. No? So make sure you understand. Okay, let's look at example 1. Have we got two terms? Yes. Have we got a minus in between? Yes. Can I get square root of 4m squared? How much would that be? 2m. No. Okay. Can I get square root of 25? How much would that be? 5. Okay, good. So I know I am allowed to do difference in two squares here. So you can say equal to, and then I know I'm going to have two brackets. First one with a plus, first one with a minus. Okay, so how we do this is that square root of 4m squared, we said would be 2m. So that was the square root of the first term, no? So the answer to that, we write first in every bracket. So 2m, 2m. Okay? Now, what is square root of 25? 5. Now, that was our second term, no? So that answer, we write second in each bracket. And that is it. That's it. Yes. So, okay, hold on. Because, yeah. Okay, look at the faces. So, hold on. So, remember, previously, I gave you two brackets and you had to go and multiply them in. Do you remember that? No. So, what we're doing now is just the opposite of that. No, it's a 5. Sorry, it looks funny. Okay, so let me explain to you guys. People, if you now had, and you don't have to write this down, I'm just showing, 2m plus 5, and we said 2m minus 5. Okay, so previously I gave you this, and then you had to do FOIL. So 2m times 2m gave me 4m squared. Have a look. No? 2m times minus 5 gives me minus 10m. These middle two, the inner ones, gave me plus 10m. So what's going to happen with those two? Minus 10m plus 10m gives me 0, no? And then 5 times minus 5 gives me minus 25. So can you see why that is the answer? No. So we're basically doing the opposite of what we have been doing previously. No. But this one is much shorter. No. Lekker. Okay. Right. So let me. Sofiso se gesig is nog steeds, hy verstaan nie die wiskunde. Hy kyk my nog steeds met sulke oogies. Okay. Right. Sofiso? How many terms at example 2? 2. Okay. Have we got a minus in between? Yes. Can I get square root of 9x squared? What would it be? Oh, hello, Sofiso. How much would it be? 3x. Okay. Still, Sofiso. Can I get square root of 64? How much would it be? 8. Good. Okay, so I can get difference in two squares. So immediately you start with, I know my answer will be 2 brackets. First one with a plus, that one with a minus. Okay. You said square root of 9x squared will be 3x. So 3x in each bracket. Then square root of 64 was 8. So 8 in each bracket. And that's it. That's like a 2 marks, no? How easy is that? Good. Now, as always with math, that's never the end. Yeah, 2 marks. Yeah, I know. Okay, right. Thank you. Okay, can you guys try this one for me? Have I got 2 terms? Is there minus? Can I get square root? Yeah. Okay, so do. Quickly, do. Square root of 1 will still be? 1. 1, because 1 times 1 gives me 1. Times 1, 1. Times 1, 1.
I'm also done.
Huh? No, hold on a minute. Right, are you guys done? Who wants to put up your hand? Okay. Let me hear. Good. So who got that? Well done. Nay? Okay. Now, hold on. Hold on. Sometimes you have to make sure if there aren't any steps after that. So, x squared plus 1. I can't go any further there. There is 2 terms, but there's a plus between them. So, stop. I can't do. There's no common factor there, so I can't do anything. Okay, so that one will stay x squared plus 1. But, what about this one? How many terms in there? How many terms inside that bracket? 2. Is there a minus between those 2 terms? Can I get square root of each? So that one can actually go further. What will that then become? It will be x plus 1, x minus 1. Does everyone understand that one? No, that's more. Okay, shh. Listen. So the only difference here, Raphael, ek en jy gaan vas sit oor daai tablet. Bring hom sommer en sit hom hier. Wat is dit? Waarmee was jy besig teen die kant? Wat staan op die skryfblad? Kom. Kom. Bring. Sit weg ding of bring hom hier na my tafel. Maak hom net toe, want ons gaan nie verder tyd mos nie. Close it. Ek gee om oor jou game of your whatever. Right. Right. Okay. Grade 9, I want to explain so you guys can know what's going on. Right. So you were fine up until here. No? Okay. Now the only thing is, you had to go and look at, maybe I can go further, maybe I can factorize again. Okay. So that first bracket, this one, it was x squared plus 1. So because of that plus, I couldn't go any further. Okay? But the second bracket, if I, forget about what was written here, if I only gave you that and say factorize, then you would see there's 2 terms, there's a minus in between, and I can get square root of each. So meaning I can factorize that further or against, right? So that's the only reason why we can stop. So now I'm going to say, okay, that will be a new 2 brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of x squared will be x, and square root of 1 will be plus 1. So the only thing is, we factorize, and then you factorize again. But the part that was written in the front here, that didn't change, so you'll see I just rewrote it. Okay. Okay, now guys. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do one like that. So let's do one like that. So I give you x to the power of 8 minus 1. Have I got two terms? No. Nee, kom ek gebruik 'n ander nommer dan. Okay, so let's not use 1. Let's keep it easy. Okay, right. We have two terms. We have two terms. We have a minus in between. Can I get square root of each? Yes. So that will become two brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. So what is square root of x to the power of 8? Okay, have a look. X to the power of 8. If I get square root of that. People, do you all want to be the teacher? Hou net gou aan. Let me just finish my sentence, right? So I can just explain. Because there are people that really want to listen and are interested. But now there's 10 others jumping in between. So bly gou stil en luister. When it's a square root, we don't write it, but there's actually a 2 over here. Now remember, we always take inside divided by outside, meaning 8 divided by 2. So that will give me x to the power of 4. So over here you will have x to the power of 4, x to the power of 4. Okay, now square root of 81 will be 9. No, can I make it a bigger number? Wag, want dit werk dan nie uit nie. I want to, don't worry. I want to make it a bit bigger so that we can do it 3 times. 1, 6, 5, 6, 1. Okay, right. So square root of that is going to give you 81. Okay. Now, the first one. I have got two terms, but because there's a plus here, it stays like that. So I can't just forget about it. I have to rewrite it. Yes, because of the plus. Okay. Yeah, because our rules just now, look at rule 2, must be a minus between the terms. Okay. Right. So next up, they say x to the power 4 minus 81. So in this bracket, I have two terms. There is a minus in between. And can I get square root of each of them? Yeah. Which means that will become two new brackets. One with a plus, one with a minus. Yeah. Square root of x to the power of 4. Do you want to give me the final answer? You want to give me the final answer? Wait. I don't know. Look. Listen. X to the power of 4 minus 81. Square root of x to the power of 4 will be x to the power of 2. And then that will, square root of 81 is 9. Okay. Shh. Wait. Because that's a plus, we said it will stay exactly like it is. We're not going to change it. Let's look at the second bracket. Again, we have a plus. So it stays like it is. But that one Can you see I have two terms? There's a minus in between. Can I get square root of each? Yes. So that will become two more brackets. One with a plus, one with a minus. What is square root of x to the power of 2? X. What is square root of 9? 3. And now, even if I look at that one with a negative, can't get square root of them. So this is where we end. Oh, sorry, 81. Sorry. Okay. Grade 9. Yes. Vra? Okay, dan wil ek nie weet nie. Right. Any questions here? Okay. Then another scenario is, let's first run through our 3 rules. Have we got 2 terms? Yeah. Have we got a minus between them? Can I get square root of each? No. You guys just saying yes, you're not even looking. Dankie, jy het ten minste gekyk en gesê nee. Okay. So what's the problem here? I can't get square root of 18 and I can't get square root of 8. No. So that tells me that I can't use difference in 2 squares yet. What other method of factorizing were you taught? Common factor. So I can take out a common factor of how much? Of 2, yes. Okay. So let's take out a common factor of 2. So we show 2 is my common factor. Start your bracket. So this will become 9x squared minus 4y squared. Okay. We know that 2 will stay 2. But look at the bracket. Have I now got 2 terms? Is there minus in between? Can I get square root of each? Yeah, so now I can do difference in 2 squares. This will become what? 3x and 2y. Good. Well done. It's just easy till we do it. Nice. Okay, so seeing as it is easy, you guys try example 5. It's exactly what we're doing in example 4. Yeah. Okay, try example 5. And you better do it because I'm going to pick the person telling me the answer. Shh.
When is square root of 62, right? Yeah, well, let's go on with this calculator.
People, quiet. Hallo. Kan jy net vir die video kyk? Was jy alright met vandag se sommetjies? Okay. All right, you guys done? Okay. I only call out one name, so I only hear one person's voice, né? Okay, Danica. Nearly lost for say something. Okay, Danica, what was your first step? Moenie wys of sê nie, los vir. No man, we at example 5. Yeah? Yes? Okay, so what did she do? She took out a common factor, no, because we couldn't get square root of 2 or square root of 162. Okay, then Danica? No. Okay, so the 2 stays, then that bracket, I've got 2 terms. There's a minus in between, so I know that I will, and I can get square root of x squared and square root of 81. So I know I'm going to have 2 brackets. No, one will have a plus, one will have a minus. Square root of x squared is x. So I write x first in each term. One person. Square root of 81 of 81, Danica, is 9. So I write 9 in each bracket. Okay? That is then your final answer. Hold on. Do you guys want to practice more of these? Okay? Before I do that, hold on, because the bell's going to ring any minute now. Your homework is exercise 16.4, the whole of the exercise. Okay? No, Tuesday. Right.